Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Sara Vainikka and here we are at the first Finnish Stone Carving Championship in Juuka, Finland. So here we have 16 artists competing and seven of them in hand stone carving. They are actually behind us right now. And then we have 9 in machine stone carving on the other side of this park. The team for this year's, the first one, Stone Carving Championship is Wild Nature, Karelian impressions visualized in stone. So very beautiful pieces coming, a lot of animals, wilderness and forests that are really important here in North Carelia. And of course, the material that these artists they use is Juuka's own natural product called soapstone, which is like a really soft stone to use. But here I have with me Martin. I'll try to pronounce your last name. Ryksegger?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yay! Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you on this beautiful day?
Yeah, what can you say? It's a hyvä päivä. It is Käsä, right, in Finland. And I really enjoy it. And the last 3 weeks were like this. And it's one of the best summers here in this area I have spent.
How many summers have you spent here in Juuka?
Yeah, by chance I had bought an internet at Tonti 11 years ago. And since then I spend every summer here in this area on Pielinen. I'm from Switzerland and it is also a very nice country. And here in Finland I find all that what I don't have in Switzerland. Vast nature, strong nature and islands and unspoiled sceneries, and that makes this area so attractive.
That sounds nice. You have best of the both worlds, let's say that.
Exactly. And that's the reason why I'm since 10 years every summer here, regularly.
That's really nice. Well, you said that you travel by boat a lot. Is that like the best way to see North Carelia?
Maybe not, but my Mökki is on an island. And so I go shopping by boat. Sailing is one of my big hobbies since I was 15. And here I have a vast lake with thousands of islands. And it's so interesting to navigate here. I have navigated on the sea, on oceans, but here we have sweet water, and that makes it so attractive. The summer, the days are long and you can make nice distances, and yeah, it is just very interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting area. Well, I talked with you about this whole sculpting and carving of stone. Have you seen any stone carving or any kind of carving in terms of art before?
Oh yeah, I'm interested in art, and I go regularly to art exhibitions. Stone carving we have also in Switzerland, we have in Europe, in Southern Europe. There's marble carving everywhere out of the Greece culture, etc. And it's always nice to see how the artists are developing their impressions of their areas or on certain issues, and yeah, it is kind of interesting thing always to see what happened on these carving events.
Have you seen some other carving like wood or ice or sand, because they have that here as well?
Yeah, last year we had here in Juuka that sand carving, and this piece of art unfortunately disappeared very quick, in the same way as the ice and snow carving, as we used to do events in Switzerland, disappear also. They melt with that sun, and this is fast going away art. But of course stones that stays, and especially soapstone here is a thing, and almost everybody has a furnace, uuni, in their house with that soapstone, and this is a very valuable material. It is very nice to touch. It is very nice to sculpture, and yeah, there is many nice things to come out here on this event here.
Diamonds are forever, and so is stone as well.
Yeah, more.
Well, you had some time to see some of the sculptures, and did you see something that caught your eye?
Yeah, in general, it's really that topic wilderness, and everybody is inspired by this strong nature up here, and the lake, and the stones, the rocks, the forests, the animals, and yeah. For example, eagles and Susie, wolf, and mermaids. So very interesting topics coming out, and they look some very, very promising. It's not finished now, so it is hard to say which one pleases me the best, but in a way they are all very different, valuable, and it looks very nice, and it is inspiring.
I had Jan Grafsman, whose interview we'll see later as well, but I asked him today in another chat that I had with him that if he could do a sculpture, what would it be like? So if you were competing in this competition, what would be your sculpture, and what would be that, like, the topic of your art piece?
Oh, of course it will be a hirvi.
Hirvi?
Yeah, this is the animal of this area. I mean, everybody is involved with hirvi, and that is that strong animal out of the forest. But hirvi I haven't seen, so I would have a chance to also compete.
To win.
Maybe not to win, but to compete.
That's true. That would be a unique piece. Maybe next year. You never know. Then lastly, I would like to ask you, because you said you've been coming to Juuka for 11 years. So if someone is visiting Juuka for the first time from abroad or from another city in Finland, what would you tell them that would be like a must-see thing?
Yeah, of course, Juuka is that old Juuka, the Puu-Juuka behind the old mill and this water channel, and of course Juuka Satama. It is really a kind of a hidden pearl, and it's the access, very good access to that big lake, Pielinen, with thousands of islands. And as this is a small city, you can find everything like stores and a restaurant, and yeah, if you need something, it is the place to come, and if you don't get it, everybody is ready to order that and bring it in within 1 day from Helsinki.
Sounds really nice, and I hope you have a wonderful summer here. How long are you still staying in Juuka?
I will stay for sure 3 more weeks, and then I will go back short time to Switzerland, and will come back for the Ruska.
That's really nice.
Autumn.
Thank you so much. Do you want to say hi to your friends in Switzerland?
Hi, and nice greetings from Finland. It's a good place to be.
Thank you for the interview. Have a nice summer. Now we'll go see Jan Grafman's interview. I saw him earlier today. Let's see what he had to say about life in Juuka, and especially stone carving. Good afternoon, Jan Grafmans. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, even your G is okay.
Thank you. Okay, you are a very active member of this community in Juuka, and you have done a lot of work for KIVI-Stone as well. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Well, after my retirement, I still had more work than before my retirement, but also a lot of free time. and how to better use that free time to invest in your community where you live. So it happened that some activities were starting up in Juuka. Uh, I didn't know, but they came from my old university, which was Eindhoven University of Technology, and they thought it would be nice to make some big ice and snow building projects here. But those people from Eindhoven didn't know how to organize things in Juuka. So my wife and I started to help them out with a local organization. And that was projects for 3 years. First, the biggest igloo of the world was built here. The year after that, a model of the Sagrada Familia, Barcelona. And the year after that, a copy of the Leonardo da Vinci Bridge, which Leonardo designed for Istanbul. But they tried to make the longest bridge in ice here in Juuka. The weather did not always help during these projects, so some were a success, some failed. Technical failures, weather conditions, name it. So this group decided that they would not come back to Juuka anymore. They went to Harbin now, where it's the biggest ice sculpture festival every year in China. But we had some experience now with organizing this kind of activities, so Juuka got more interested in other kind of art festivals. So we had a snow sculpture competition. We had ice sculpture competition the year after that. We had sand sculpture competition after that. And last year we had a small version of what is now the KIVI-Stone festival, so stone carving. And now this year it's a little bit bigger. It's a bigger event, and we hope in the near future that Juuka can become internationally known, make it a more international project, compare it to what Ilomantsi has with the Karoo festival, which is quite well known. We hope that we can do this kind of activity on a bigger scale for Juuka as well in the near future.
You are originally from the Netherlands, am I correct? And how would you describe, as someone who has moved here from elsewhere, what is the like the it thing, the it factor of Juuka, and what makes it a special place for this sort of events?
Well, the it factor for Finland is that it is a clean country with friendly people that are, as people sometimes think, might be silent and not communicative. It's the other way around. Once you get to know them, they are very active, very talkative, and very easy to work with. The it factor is you can trust the people. If they promise to do something, they will help you. And so what is the it factor for Juuka? For all the activities I mentioned over the past, it is quite easy to have a group of 50 to 100 volunteers who are willing to spend their time and energy and knowledge to make projects like these work. So that's the it factor. And for other things, well, you have the space here. There's it's a pity on the one hand, like in the Netherlands, you have 500 people per square kilometer, and here it's less than 4 per square kilometer. So if you have an event, it's very difficult to get people to visit you, to make big groups. But on the other hand, the space to work, the freedom to do what you want, the collaboration of all the people. That is very, very positive of Juuka. And I think Juuka has a lot of possibilities to do even more than this. But marketing, advertising this, getting Juuka on maybe on the Finnish map, maybe on the European map, or maybe on the world map. We have to find a way to do that. And but the volunteers are there, and the expertise is here too. So we can do it together.
We have all the tools to do it. We will continue with Jan a bit later. As you can see, we are right in the middle of where it all happens. First Finnish Stone Carving Championship in Juuka, where we have 16 artists competing of the championship. 7 of them in hand stone carving and 9 in machine stone carving. The theme for this year is Wild Nature, Karelian Impressions Visualized in Stone. So here we are in Juuka, where all this material that they use is Juuka's own natural product called soapstone, which is a very soft material to use. This type of events, this is the first one we have in Finland, but similar events exist elsewhere in the world. For instance, in Canada, there is a Canadian Stone Carving Festival, and the theme for this year, 2021, is Removing the Mask. And the European Stone Festival in Halifax will take place in 2022 due to COVID. They have cancelled this year's event and they will have it next year in Halifax, England. The Canadian festival will take place this year, but it will be a virtual event. Like we are streaming live, but it's been a pleasure to have some people here who can actually witness the artists doing their art pieces. It's been a pleasure, and the weather has been really nice as well. So we just saw some artists in doing their actual work, and Jan Craftsman, who spoke about how this event is really important and how they have created this event and this championship in Juuka area. Next, we will go to see Carmen, who I interviewed today earlier, and she will talk about how she finds this event and Juuka especially. She's been spending some time in Juuka during summertime on her holidays. So it was really nice to talk to her. Let's go see what Carmen had to say. Good afternoon from Juuka. With me I have here Carmen. Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm Carmen Barlow from Germany. I come from Brandenburg, near Berlin.
Ooh. Okay, so you're from near Berlin. And how did you end up in Juuka? Why are you here today?
Yeah, we have here an own cottage since 3 years, and we are here in the summertime and springtime and in the wintertime, and it's a very fine place.
What do you think are the biggest difference between winter and summer in Juuka? Not just the snow, but when you think about the atmosphere, what's different between like the summer atmosphere in Juuka and then winter? What do you do here in wintertime?
In the wintertime, is it not so many people in the outside, but it is a good atmosphere also in the wintertime. We go with skiing or lumigänget and we have a very good winter light here. I love it.
That's really nice to hear. It's really beautiful here. Did you have time to see any of the sculptures yet? You see, like...
Yes, I have seen any sculptures. Is very good idea that here the sculpture matching is in Juuka. In Nuunanlahti we have a great many soapstones here, and it's I think very good artists are here in Juuka or come to Juuka.
Yes, soapstone is really important for Juuka, and this is the material that the sculptors are using here in the championship. And did you see some pieces of art here that really caught your eye, that you were like, oh, this is amazing?
Yes, it's very fine things here. I think I was not here by the machine sculpting, but here I think it's very fine ideas and artists. I love it.
Yeah, the theme for this year is wild nature, and especially the Karelian animals and wilderness and landscapes. Did you see, when you were scrolling through the art pieces, did you see that Karelian wilderness and animals there?
Yes, I have seen animals, and I think any things from the Kalevala. Yes, and I found it's a good. Um, oh, I can say it. It's a good.
You can say it in German.
Es ist gut umgesetzt. Oh Mann. Yeah. Yes.
Well, you are now spending your summer here in Juuka. What would you say or suggest for people who come from other countries to visit Juuka? What would you tell them that is a must-see place? Like, if you have friends from Germany coming over, what do you tell them that you have to see here in Juuka?
I think the church is a very kaunis paikka, and also the Pielinen Lake, Palasma and Koli, and I think they must go outside to the nature in the forest and drive with the boat or go swimming and in the sauna. Sauna is the best in here. But I love also this park here and the birches. I think it is a very good atmosphere here in Juuka, and when the sun is shining, it is much better.
Yeah, it's very warm today, but lovely weather. A lot of people here in the park and seeing all these sculptures, which is really amazing. What would you say is your favorite thing that you do here in Finland?
My favorite, I love the nature with the silence. In Germany, we have not so many silence. And I love also the people. The Finnish people are very helpful and honest. And I think there are content and happy. That's the biggest difference to Germany. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have been to Germany and I really love it too. It's really beautiful. The landscapes are very different, but yeah.
But the people are also very different. And I think Finnish people have sisu. So they go on stage and sing karaoke. And all people look and hear, and it's no people I wasn't you have a high social competence here, and when people not can singing so good, he would yes.
Well, do you sing karaoke?
No, No, I cannot sing karaoke. I can dancing, but no singing.
Maybe one day.
Yes, maybe one day, but only in Suomea.
So only in Finland you can sing.
Only. And on Suomeksi. Yes.
Sounds amazing. Thank you so much for the interview, and I hope you have a wonderful summer here, and maybe winter too if you stay for the winter time, and enjoy all the art that you can see here in Juuka on this weekend.
Kiitos ja näkemiin.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Very good.
Tervehdys täältä esiintymislavalta taasen. Ja oikein kaunista ja mukavaa päivää. KIVI-Stone SM 2021 Juuassa menossa ja 4 tuntia jo täällä on veistää arkeologi Ville Hakamäki Pohjois-Karjalan museo. Eli kello 14 se ohjelma. Sitten kello 18 Työväentalolla Loimolan voima, sinne tänne 22 konseptia.
Hello, I'm back again here in the KIVI-Stone studio. I'm Sara, and with me I have
Ella. Hello.
So again, here we are, first Finnish Stone Carving Championship in Juuka coming to its end for the Saturday. Tomorrow the sculptors still have 3 hours until noon to continue the carving, and then it's done.
And we will see the final results on 2 p.m.
Yes. The public can also vote for their favorite, and this will happen here in Juuka. So if you are in Juuka by any chance,
Around.
come and vote for your favorite. You have 7 sculptures behind us. They are the ones who are competing in the hand stone carving, and then we have 9 machine stone carvers over there on the other side of the fence. And yes, if you're here, come and vote for your favorite.
So we have been here already 2 days, and it's fascinating how different these 2 areas are.
Definitely. With the machine stone carving, of course it's done by machines, and how would you describe how different is the actual product? And I think, this is my opinion, you are an art educator, so you know a bit more about this, but I thought yesterday when I was looking at them that with the machine carving you're a bit faster, at least in the beginning.
Yes, that is a big difference, and there's much more fine details you can see, and really sharp geometrical shapes and edges there. In here, hand carving area, it's much more round and like sandpaper and natural shapes, I think.
Yes, because it's of course when it's done by hand with the machines, you can do things that cannot be done by hand. But on the other hand, in the hand carving, I think there's so much attention to details, and I was talking with one of the artists before, and they said that with the hand carving it's so interesting because when you make a mistake you cannot fix it anymore.
Yeah, you cannot go back.
Yeah, you cannot go back, and it's a challenge that they were willing to accept, and it's a challenge that they like, that when you do something you cannot cancel it anymore, it's done.
It's a little bit same like with bear sculpting with mortar saw and wood. There is the material has its own will,
Yeah.
and you have to just go with it, really.
It's like a human mind.
But
the
we have
material.
seen really interesting tools here. We have chisel, file, hammer, and sandpaper this moment, but also like axe and hand saw and really like rough techniques. So
Yeah,
really-
I think I saw one axe that was really going at it.
yeah, and it's like really raw and sculptural
Yeah.
feeling to it.
It's a very physical piece of art, you would say.
Wood.
Yeah. Wood
Definitely.
and stone.
Yeah, the thing is really interesting. So wild nature. We have lots of animals here.
Yes, because well, wild nature. You have a lot of wild animals here in North Carelia. You could think about bears and wolves, and they are very present in many of the art pieces here. But you also have over here on spot 5, we have a landscape of Pielinen, which is really nice as well.
Yeah, some kind of miniature landscapes and overall like raw savage nature in movement, some kind of abstract impressions also. It's really nice to see how different angles every sculpture has. Like some of those are really like comical like and lots of warm humor, and others are like really raw, intense feeling, and also statements for the nature.
Really important at this time when we are living, because nature has become really important. I was talking with Anne Nevalainen, one of the competitors of this championship, said that due to COVID-19, for instance, the importance of nature has become even more important for people, because people tend to find comfort in nature.
Yes. And we have limited resources here, and stone is one of them, and it really highlights the whole material and the possibilities. And soapstone is kind of interesting.
Yes, it's a really soft material to work with.
Yeah, and it becomes soap-like when you use water on the surface, when you clean it up.
It's interesting because soapstone is, it's from Juuka, and I was talking earlier with Martin, who's from Switzerland, and he said that, as we know in Europe, different kind of stone carving is a very big thing. And for instance, in Southern Europe, they have marble carving.
Yeah.
So that must be a very different material, because I find it if I think about marble, it's very heavy and slippery when you think about it.
Yeah, and you can really like shine the surface that you cannot do with soapstone.
Yes,
It stays kind of matte and grey.
that's true. But very interesting how stone carving is a very big thing in Europe, and hopefully in Finland in the future as well. Maybe next year we'll have our second Finnish championship.
Let's hope so.
Yes.
So we have different kind of criteria here. First is artistic overall impression. So what kind of emotional experience the whole artwork takes us to? What
And
kind of
this is what
feeling?
the jury thinks, because the public here can vote for their favorite, but there's also the champion that is chosen by the jury of the championship.
And second criteria is technical know-how and use of stone, and how you finish the surface, what kind of solutions you are making to make the stone work for you. And the final criteria is topic handling. So overall, again, new ideas and message and statements and originality.
So tomorrow at 2 p.m. we will find out who is the first Finnish champion of stone carving. Very interesting, and interesting to see tomorrow morning what is the final touch that the artists will do when they have 3 hours left for the competition.
Is it a long time or short period? We don't
Yeah.
know.
It might
Could be both.
Yes. probably different for everyone because some of them are already doing like small details and some of them might still do some really big changes even.
Yeah.
To be seen.
To be seen. Do you have already a favorite one?
I don't know if it's fair to say when they are not ready.
Yeah, what kind of expression are you?
Yeah, I personally, I really like the ones that are about landscapes and weather. The animals are beautiful as well, but I think I find something inside of myself when I see the landscape of Pielinen or like some water.
Yeah, running, and it's really like fascinating how you can such a like static material turn into something that's really like moving and elevating and streaming.
That's true. And as Martin said, who was here in an interview before, stone is forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is going to happen to these works? Elin Taiteet own these pieces now, and they are they are for sale, and it's going to be an auction at some point. But if you're really into some of them, you can make an offer already.
Yeah. So if you are Juuka, come and see them, and if not, you can still watch the stream online tomorrow, starting from 9 o'clock.
Yeah, really looking forward what's going to happen. It's so exciting.
Who will win? Thank you so much, Ella.
Thank
for
you.
coming, and it was really interesting to talk about the actual artwork and the technicalities. Really interesting. Thank you so much, and thank you all for watching, and we'll continue tomorrow in Finnish, but please watch because the atmosphere is really good. Weather is great if you want to see some really nice stone carving. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.